Hello again, everyone. Terry Earthwind over at Consortium, and I have another guest this week, David Schreiner Cahn. David, thanks for stopping in.
Thank you, Terry, for inviting me.
That's my pleasure. This is going to be great, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to what David's doing out here. It's very quite interesting. So, David Cahn, it's David Schreiner Cahn. What are you doing?
So first of all, Terry, we help consultants and coaches build their business following a long career as an employed professional. But typically, somebody who is a high achieving expert in their field, 20 plus years as an employee, they either leave voluntarily or they get pushed out. And the next path in their career journey is they're going to work for themselves as an independent consultant or as a coach. And they're very good at producing great results for their clients. However, they've never run a business before. And so the business building and business operations aspect of what they need to do is a new skill set. As I'm sure you know, and people watching this know, that particularly for those folks that are, let's say, age 50 plus, when you take a deep dive into something brand new, it takes a lot of effort. There's a lot of stuff you have to learn. It's a huge emotional shift. It's a mindset shift. There are all kinds of shifts that have to happen, and there are practical strategies and tactics that you need to know in order to be successful. So just the fact that you can produce great results for your clients isn't enough to be financially successful in your business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'd like you to expand. What you're doing is really quite interesting. If you mind, or don't mind rather, I'd like you to expand on these new executives that are stepping out, and how do you get them to clarity and start to really move forward? Because in a recent interview I heard with you, you came up with some quite interesting stuff. So if you'd expand on that, I'd love it.
Sure. So if you are an executive and you decide that you've had enough of organizational life, corporate life, you want to have more control over your destiny, and you decide you're going to go independent and work for yourself, or, which happens very frequently, it's a lot more frequent than many people realize, something happens in the marketplace, something happens in your organization, there's a merger, an acquisition, or whatever, and you're pushed out. And it's not for performance reasons. You're very good at what you do. However, when you are, let's say, mid-career or later, and you get pushed out, it gets harder and harder to get rehired for the same kind of position. And frankly, many of us don't want to get rehired for the same kind of position. In my case, I was an employee for 28 years. I was in leadership roles for most of my career. And even though I had a lot of control over what I did, and I was good at what I did, I reached the point where I wanted to have more control and wanted to be independent. So I knew that when my next career change was going to happen, I was going to go out on my own and become a consultant. And one of the things I learned, and this is what we do with our clients, is it's a very challenging shift. The first thing that has to happen is you need time to self-reflect. You need to figure out, what is it that you are really good at doing? What is it you love doing? Who do you love to serve? What do they need? What do they want? What are they willing to pay you for? And unless you can answer those questions, you're going to have a real challenge trying to get clients and build a successful business. So the self-reflection piece is really critical, and too many people try to shortchange that.
That is so spot on. When I'm working with my clients, to the great degree, I'd say 85, if not percent higher, they don't know where they're at, so they don't know where to go. And taking that time for self is so important, because that determines, where their vision is going to go. What type of work are they going to seek? Are they going to be a consultant? Great. With who? Right? Maybe not the people who just forced you out, though that's not some people do. But those are all great reflections. That's a writer downer, ladies and gentlemen. David Schreiner Cahn, thanks for stopping in. This is fabulous.
My pleasure, Terry. Thanks for inviting me.
You bet. Bye-bye. Consortium, the business model for the 21st century.